What's happening, YouTube? Knife Factor at it again with the Finch Reciprocity, or whatever you call this dang thing. Anyways, excuse me. We're going to do this little review here on this Reciprocity because one of you requested it. So I'm going to let you know all about it. You know, mostly good. There's some maybe a couple little things that nothing real major, but maybe one thing. I don't know what it is, but I will tell you about all of it. This was requested by one of the viewers, which I think is awesome that I have a viewer that requested something. So with that being said, let's get into this. We'll start off with the specs on this, some lengths. We have a blade length of right at 3 inches with a cutting edge of 2 7/8. We have a handle length of, oh goodness, that's just a hair under 4 inches with a total length of, from tip to heel, toe to heel, 7 inches long. So there you have that part. Then we'll get into some measuring up thickness of this handle here. Well, make sure we're zeroed. And I don't want fractions. I don't know how I got on fractions. I want off of fractions. Turn my machine back on. Inches. All right. 0. Handle thickness. 0.4865. Spine. 0.1140. And behind the edge, 0.0305 inches. So there you have it. We'll get into some materials here. As you can see, 154 cm Reciprocity. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. You have basically a frame lock, stainless steel, the bolsters and the frame lock. Not so much there because that's a milled titanium clip, which is actually really nice. It's got like a fuller in it. Looks great. Works great. Functions great. Doesn't hang up. Slides it in and out of the pocket nicely. The wood on this is Mercury or something like that. I can't pronounce it, but you get the idea. It's a great little flipper. I can't take that away from it. Action is great. It's pretty snappy. Detent, solid. No blade play. I've never messed with anything on here. And before I did this review, centering is right on. Dead on centering there. But before I did this review, it'd been a while since I carried it, so I took it out to work with me for a couple days, and I had to break down some cardboard, cut open some packages, some tape, and nothing heavy use. I found that because it's a narrower blade, it's not real thick, but for a smaller knife, it's a little bit thick in my opinion. The blade held up great. The 154 cm, they did their job. Cardboard eats that up, and we're still shaving. Not perfect, but cardboard eats that up, and it's been used for that. I've used it for a little food prep. I've used it for cutting up cardboard, as I said. I've also used it for cutting some rope, and all those things. I would say the least good, we got a weight of, because I know I forgot that, 3.25 ounces for your weight. The one thing is pushing through the cardboard, I think, because cardboard's a little bit tough. I mean, I know it just sounds like cardboard, but it's hard on a blade. Paper materials, really. And when I was cutting through it, I noticed it didn't push through perfectly, but it did do the job. I'm not saying it didn't do the job, but you get a wider blade, a real thin spine on a wider blade with a full height grind. It's naturally just going to glide through that cardboard a lot easier. Cut the rope great. Where this thing really shined was I was doing some precision cuts, cutting out some coupons for lunch, using this tip, and oh, I mean, it's like using a razor blade using this fine little tip. I mean, look at that thing. It's, be careful though, obviously, because it is such a fine tip on this Warncliffe-ish blade that I didn't do anything heavy with it, but I would imagine because it comes out and it is so small there that you are going to get, it could get risky if you start picking and poking at too much harder task stuff. I would say a light duty knife, medium, in the medium range. It does okay cutting like food prep type things. If you get through thinner stuff and you're cutting through like that, like I said, this is a phenomenal tip for that. And it did good through the cheese and, cutting up an apple and stuff like that. It did great. I didn't do anything heavy with it. It's kind of got the gentleman knife look. I just don't feel like doing that kind of stuff with it. And with that being said, the thing I didn't really care for much on it. It's a taste thing, Some people will care, some people won't. And I don't think I really care that much, but I do want to point it out more than anything. If there's a little problem with this knife, this is the only thing I've found so far, really, is, they didn't do the great job of insetting that emblem. Now, I can understand the emblem might have a little curve on the top, and you'd feel that, but you feel the edges. At the top, you feel it a little less here and a little less here. So that is feeling. It was actually, for a smaller knife, is really comfortable in the hand for me. I have no complaints there. I fill it up with my large size hands, and my usual complaint, the jipping's a little shy. I could have used about 3 more on there, would have been perfect. But if you're back here doing that heavier work, which you kind of, with this knife, like cutting that cardboard, you kind of need to get back and really push on it. And it does go through it, but it doesn't glide through it, like I said, with another style blade would. But I really don't have any complaints. It's a rock solid knife. The heat treat's got to be good on it. I'm sorry, I don't know what the hardness is of it. But they obviously did a good job, because this edge has held up well to, up to medium tasks. I don't know how it'll do on paper, but why not give it a try anyways? Okay. I am noticing if you go a little bit, if you go a little bit steep on it, like, it's still not too bad. I must have maybe just a little dull spot in it I hit. But, it's still cutting through the paper after medium use. No sharpening. That's stock edge. That's factory edge right there. But let's get some comparisons for you. We have the Chernobyl Ant. If you'd like to see a review on that one, just let me know. I'd love to do it. This was a good knife too. Let's get into Wee Banter. Get rid of the Chernobyl Ant. We will get into a Hogue Deca. I got a dog growling, so excuse that. You can see the size difference. It's a smaller knife. It's comparable to the Wee Banter. It's actually a little bigger, right in between these two. Get maybe possibly a little more familiar knife for someone, and well, hey, let's see if I can pull off a Spidey flick. Nope, still can't do it, people. I don't know what. This knife is super stiff. I've never even, see that? It's just a stiff knife. This knife's like brand new. I've never done anything with it, but it's not even broken yet. But I'm probably going to sell it anyway, so who cares? There's your pair of 3. Let's throw up a Manic, since I just have these all out anyways. But there you go. I believe if you like the looks of this knife and you like this style of knife, you will be happy with it. It's, like I said, be careful. That's a very fine tip, and it does what it's supposed to do. But for the hard use, I wouldn't use it for hard use, and I have not. And I don't want to beat it up. I kind of keep this as a, kind of a classier little knife to keep around, to carry. I just love the traditional look with the more modern flair. But, this is really getting to me. Oh, yeah. See, I got a knife that's broken here. I can still do it, people. Don't mess with me. No, just kidding. It was driving me nuts, though. But there you have it. There's the Finch Reciprocity. Sorry about the dog barking. I hope you'd enjoyed this video. Go give me a follow on, I was going to say Twitter. I don't even have Twitter. Instagram, knife_factor. Like, subscribe, comment, and I hope everybody has a great day. Thank you.